You decided to invite him up to my place?
Yeah, well, he said it was important.
It is important. For a night
I'll stay.
you'll never forget.
You testify against her, and we will let you walk.
Because they may finally
These women get 50% of everything.
have the answers
You ready?
they've been looking for.
The baby was conceived on. So, who are you with, Zac or Andi?
Yo, what's good, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another Tyler Perry Sisters review. This is season 5, episode 11, mid-season finale, Dead to Rights trailer breakdown. The synopsis for this episode is Karen learns who the father of her unborn child is. Sabrina and Maurice are pitted against each other. Calvin is tested to his limits. If this is your first time coming to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning family member, you already know what it is and what it always will be. Be sure to like, share, subscribe if that's what you choose to. If not, just relax and we're going to get right into this thing. So we see Andi, Gary, and Robin. And I'm on whatever energy Andi is going. Whatever energy she's giving to the both of them, I'm on it. We won't find out until next Wednesday exactly the reason Robin is there. Did he just show up to her place unannounced and Gary let him up, or they communicated without Andi's knowledge and Gary invited Robin over there? I have so many questions. Because I'm thinking something ain't adding up. Something is not adding up. But now y'all know me being down with Andi's energy only lasted a split second because she does what she always does. But in my personal opinion, it doesn't matter how important Robin's news is. He should not be at Andi's place, which is reason 532 that she needs to get away from Gary's narcissistic ass. And we're going to move right on along. So we see Maurice talking to the prosecutor. And, old dude is trying to convince Maurice to sell out Sabrina, telling him that if he testifies against her, he can walk out. And Maurice is like, the hell with that. And though Maurice is a questionable person when it comes to his life choices, especially the people that he decides to be romantically linked with, I do not believe, not for a second, that he would accuse Sabrina of a crime that he knows that she did not commit. Especially knowing, for me, the bulk of the responsibility falls on him. He was the one who got involved with Q knowing that he was sketchy. He was the one who facetiously or sarcastically admitted to his involvement in the bank robbery and included Sabrina. So I really hope he's on the up and up with this entire situation. We see a brief flash of Fatima. She appears to be at work and she looks a little annoyed / irritated, but we really don't know what's going on in that scene because it was so quick. It was just I'm talking about, you look up and you blink your eye and you miss her. That's how quick or less she was shown in this preview. Also, we see a brief flash of Karen and Heather. However, they are tied into Zac, who is speaking with a lawyer concerning child support. How much could he possibly be paying? And he's told by the lawyer that the women could get 50% of everything. I was like, damn. Oh, well, I don't feel bad for Zac. I guess, no, I don't feel bad for Zac. The money wasn't obtained legally anyway, so I have no sympathy in these women being able to get what they can get from him. Now, I am one of those women who feel like, if the parents can agree on a number without concerning the court, do that. But when, we know it's Tyler, so it is going to be messy. However, I wasn't expecting the lawyer to say 50%. But I guarantee if Karen's baby turns out to be Zac's, he's going to try to pull a woe me, why me in an attempt for her not to receive the maximum amount of child support. That's just how I see it, and that's what I believe. I believe it's another reason for her to exhibit some type of sympathy towards him. But I'm like, this is the same man who hasn't checked to see how you were doing. None, even though we don't know the paternity, even when she was in the hospital, there was just no concern for her. But I bet when the tables turn, it's going to be, oh, Karen should really, have some sympathy for Zac and but you know what? Honestly, though, if it turns out to be that way, I really hope that Karen she agrees on a reasonable amount and keep her peace, just knowing that she don't have to deal with Heather. Leave that hell and that Hurricane Heather to Zac and Fatima. That's just something that she ain't got to deal with. So I hope she definitely takes the road less traveled, and we can start with all the drama and the incitement between Karen and Zac, because at this point it's just unwarranted, and I don't think anyone wants to see it anymore. At least I know I don't. And so, speaking of Karen, we see that she's at the hospital with Andi and Danny. And the girls really look excited to find out, what's going on with this baby. And the doctor gives Karen her date of conception. And then she's asked, I couldn't tell if it was Andi's voice or Danny, even though I believe it was Andi, that asked was she with Zac or Aaron on that date of conception. And she kind of has a smile on her face to me. Karen does. But, I think Ebony also has a great poker face, so I don't know who the damn baby daddy is. But I'm going to suspect that it's Zac's, and that's exactly what she wanted at the end of the day, which I will never understand the concept of wanting Zac to be her child's father. But nonetheless, Tyler gonna make this thing messy. We know he gonna draw it out. We know there's gonna be dramatics and acrobatics with this whole situation. But I really believe that the child is gonna be Zac's. That's just my personal opinion. So we get to Andi and Gary. See, this is why I told y'all it only lasted a split second. So Gary appears to be on cloud 9. He's smiling, he's giddy, and he tells Andi that Robin, he doesn't view Robin as a potential threat, I'm assuming, to their relationship. And Andi asks, what does that mean? And he completely ignores her question like the narcissistic person he is. He just wants to get on with his day. Bump what you said. He ain't no threat to me. And of course, Gary doesn't know that Andi has read the papers that he was concealing. So she knows what he's up to, but she's playing it close to the vest. She's not letting him on by letting him know that she knows anything that he's up to. So I am interested to see how that particular thing play out, even though Gary and Andi...
Worse, absolute worse. You couldn't have got worse if you had prayed and said, God, send me worse.
Lord, I come to you on behalf of, I think, 99.9% of the Sistas fandom. If you could just get inside Tyler's mind, just for a brief second, and have him break up, do away with, completely lose the desire to write Andi and Gary as a couple, as a unit, as sex buddies, we would greatly appreciate it. It's the holiday season. Please grant us this. I'm playing, but not really. Lord, do that. But moving right along, we see Calvin and Q. Finally, Calvin does what he should have done many episodes ago, and that is beat the hell out of Q. Now, if you remember a couple episodes ago when Calvin found out that Q sold his father's golf clubs, Q made mention, like, hell, I sold all of them, but I left you one. And we see in the preview, it is that one club that Calvin uses to beat the hell out of Q. And I'm going to use this as an opportunity to encourage a lot of us. You only need, in the words of Nas, one mic. In the words of the Dream Girls, you only need one night only. And in the actions of Q, you only need one club to beat the hell out of Alphabet. I'm so happy to see this, and I'm sorry I got to end on a violent note, but I said, Calvin, beat him till he don't move no more. Beat him till he's not squirming. Beat him till you don't hear no sounds coming out of his mouth. I am happy. At least somebody is getting vindicated for Q's shenanigans. He ain't got to worry about getting fired from a job. Bro, you can't work no way, because I hope Calvin beat both of them kneecaps slap off. I do. I really do. I really do. I forgot to mention. So I don't gotta end on a violent note. See, thank you, Lord, because you didn't want me to end on violence, because I'm not a violent person. But Danny and Preston, this is also a very, very brief moment that we see with them in the preview. And I it's hard to understand sometimes what's going on in the moments, especially because the preview, they're so quick. But Danny looks to be in deep thought, possibly about having Preston stay there, because he makes mention that he's going to stay the night, or he's going to stay over. And honestly, for me, I feel like he shouldn't be there. I feel like it's too soon, unless Danny feels some sense of security by having him there. And I could understand that too. You had this traumatic situation to happen, and she may feel uneasy or unsafe in her house, and maybe Preston brings some type, like I said, security there. So I can't understand that. And she has made it known that they are not going to do anything sexually, and he stated that he was cool with that. I just really hope that I don't know, because from our understanding and from what we know, Danny has not explained to Preston what has happened with her. And I really do hope that it's something that she doesn't keep hidden, because he does need to know that, because that can possibly be another trigger, or it could possibly be something that comes up in the midst of them, trying to date each other again, I guess, that could, cause a rift in whatever they're trying to do. So hopefully she does tell him, and she doesn't keep that a secret. So that's all I have for the trailer breakdown. Thank you guys for listening. I'm also going to put in the description the synopsis for episodes 12 and 13 if you want to give it a read over. And also check out my community page a little later. I'm going to put some information in there about the upcoming videos that's going to be coming out tomorrow and Monday. So thank you guys for listening. I appreciate all the new subscribers. I appreciate everyone who is commenting and just giving your feedback, giving your thoughts, whether we're on the same page or not. I do look forward to reading them. So I do thank you. Until next time, y'all be safe out there, and I'll holler at y'all later.